Christian news from English Christian Times. Christian family in Pakistan continues to suffer following recovery of abducted daughter. For Christians in Pakistan, abductions, sexual assaults, forced conversions and forced marriages continue to be a significant abuse faced by their community. In 2019, International Christian Concern documented at least 50 separate incidents of Christian women and girls being affected by these issues. Turkey rejects USCIRF report. The spokesperson of Turkey's Ministry of Foreign Affairs has issued a scathing response to the newly released annual US Commission on International Religious Freedom report. The report documents religious freedom violations and makes recommendations for the US State Department's special watch list. Turkey was recommended for this list in the 2020 USCIRF report. In its response, Turkey cited the message of our president in his letter dated 24th April 2020 to the Armenian Patriarch of Turkey is the best testimony of the government's so-called desire to protect religious freedom. This response by Turkey touches at an extremely sensitive issue within the country, which also reveals why the government is deserving of being cited for religious freedom violations. China's pastor who refused to join communist-controlled church arrested for subversion. A house church pastor in China's Hunan province has been arrested for inciting subversion of state power after he refused to join the ruling Chinese Communist Party's Free Self-Patriotic Association. Media reports that Pastor Zhao Huigo, the founder of Bethel Church, was arrested on April 2nd in China's Hunan province after being criminally detained since March 14th for inciting subversion of state power. His whereabouts are unknown. Christian minorities across Africa face extreme persecution amid the pandemic. Christians across Africa are facing extreme persecution and discrimination amid the COVID-19 pandemic. According to Christian persecution watchdog Open Doors, Christian minorities in Nigeria are facing government discrimination as they are only receiving 1/6 of the food rations allotted for them, unlike their Muslim counterparts. Dial a Mass service is a godsend for Catholics without internet. A new Dial a Mass service enabling Catholics with no internet connection to listen to Sunday Masses is providing a success, an English bishop has said. Bishop Terence Rainey of Middleborough said that 100 people used the Mass by Phone service when it launched May 3rd. St. John Paul II's Parent Sainthood course has officially opened. The sainthood courses of St. John Paul II's parents were formally opened in Poland Thursday. The ceremony launching the courses of Carol and Emilia took place at the Basilica of the Presentation of the Blessed Virgin Mary in Wadowice, John Paul II's birthplace, May 7th. In Burkina Faso, Islamist terrorism and COVID-19, a disaster within a disaster, pose a double threat. For those directly affected by the consistent terrorist attacks in northern and eastern Burkina Faso, the coronavirus is a disaster within a disaster, sources told Aid to the Church in Need. Representatives of 3 Catholic dioceses of Dori, Kaya and Farangoma, all of which have been gravely impacted by Islamic terrorism, were in agreement that the gravity of the situation is unchanged and indeed in some places even worse than before the pandemic, with almost 1 million people left homeless and total absence of an effective response from either national or international authorities. Our hearts were made for you, O Lord, and they are restless until they rest in you. St. Augustine of Hippo. News Desk, Christian Times.